Thanks to intelligence they were provided, the inspectors recently found dramatic confirmation of these reports. When they searched the home of an Iraqi nuclear scientist, they uncovered roughly 2,000 pages of documents. You see them here being brought out of the home and placed in UN hands. Some of the material is classified and related to Iraq's nuclear program. Tell me, answer me, are the inspectors to search the house of every government official? Every Ba'ath Party member and every scientist in the country to find the truth. To get the information they need, to satisfy the demands of our council? Slide 11. Our sources tell us that, in some cases, the hard drives of computers at Iraqi weapons facilities were replaced. Who took the hard drives? Where did they go? What's being hidden? Why? There's only one answer to the why. To deceive, to hide, to keep from the inspectors. Numerous human sources tell us that the Iraqis are moving, not just documents and hard drives. But weapons of mass destruction to keep them from being found by inspectors. Powell, while we were here in this council chamber debating Resolution 1441 last fall, we know. We know from sources that a missile brigade outside Baghdad was dispersing rocket launchers and warheads containing biological warfare agents to various locations, distributing them to various locations in western Iraq. Most of the launchers and warheads had been hidden in large groves of palm. Trees and were to be moved every 1 to 4 weeks to escape detection. We also have satellite photos that indicate that banned materials have recently been moved from a number of Iraqi weapons of mass destruction facilities. Let me say a word about satellite images before I show a couple. The photos that I am about to show you are sometimes hard for the average person to interpret, hard for me. The painstaking work of photo analysis takes experts with years and years of experience. Poring for hours and hours over light tables. But as I show you these images, I will try to capture and explain what they mean. What they indicate to our imagery specialists. Let's look at one. This one is about a weapons munition facility. A facility that holds ammunition at a place called Taji. This is one of about 65 such facilities in Iraq. We know that this one has housed chemical munitions. In fact, this is where the Iraqis recently came up with the additional 4 chemical weapon shells. Here, you see 15 munitions bunkers in yellow and red outlines. The 4 that are in red squares represent active chemical munitions bunkers. Slide 12. Slide 13. How do I know that? How can I say that? Let me give you a closer look. Look at the image on. The left. On the left is a close-up of one of the 4 chemical bunkers. The 2 arrows indicate the presence of sure signs that the bunkers are storing chemical munitions. The arrow at the top that says security points to a facility that is the signature item for this kind of bunker. Inside that facility are special guards and special equipment. To monitor any leakage that might come out of the bunker. Powell, the truck you also see is a signature item. It's a decontamination vehicle in case something goes wrong. This is characteristic of those 4 bunkers. The special security facility and the decontamination vehicle will be in the area. If not at any one of them or one of the other, it is moving around those 4. And it moves as it needed to move, as people are working in the different bunkers. Now look at the picture on the right. You are now looking at 2 of those sanitized bunkers. The signature vehicles are gone, the tents are gone, it's been cleaned up. And it was done on the 22nd of December, as the UN inspection team is arriving. And you can see the inspection vehicles arriving in the lower portion of the picture on the right. The bunkers are clean when the inspectors get there. They found nothing. This sequence of events raises the worrisome suspicion that Iraq had been tipped off to the forthcoming inspections at Taji, as it did throughout the 1990s. We know that Iraq today is actively using its considerable intelligence capabilities to hide its illicit activities. From our sources, we know that inspectors are under constant surveillance by an army of Iraqi intelligence operatives. Iraq is relentlessly attempting to tap all of their communications, both voice and electronics. Powell, I would call my colleagues' attention to the fine paper that United Kingdom distributed yesterday. Which describes in exquisite detail Iraqi deception activities. In this next example, you will see the type of concealment activity. Iraq has undertaken in response to the resumption of inspections. Indeed, in November 2002, just when the inspections were about to resume, this type of activity spiked. Here are 3 examples. Slide 14. At this ballistic missile site, on November 10. We saw a cargo truck preparing to move ballistic missile components. At this biological weapons-related facility, on November 25, just 2 days before inspections resumed. This truck caravan appeared, something we almost never see at this facility, and we monitor it carefully and regularly. Slide 15. At this ballistic missile facility, again, 2 days before inspections began. Five large cargo trucks appeared along with the truck-mounted crane to move missiles. We saw this kind of house cleaning at close to 30 sites. Days after this activity, the vehicles and the equipment that I've just highlighted disappear and the site returns to patterns of normalcy. We don't know precisely what Iraq was moving. But the inspectors already knew about these sites, so Iraq knew that they would be coming. Slide 16. We must ask ourselves, why would Iraq suddenly move equipment of this nature before? Inspections if they were anxious to demonstrate what they had or did not have. Remember the first intercept in which two Iraqis talked. About the need to hide a modified vehicle from the inspectors. Where did Iraq take all of this equipment? Why wasn't it presented to the inspectors? Slide 17. Iraq also has refused to permit any U-2 reconnaissance flights that would give the inspectors a better sense of what's being moved before, during and after inspections. Powell, this refusal to allow this kind of reconnaissance is indirect. Specific violation of operative paragraph 7 of our resolution 1441. Saddam Hussein and his regime are not just trying to conceal weapons, they're also trying to hide people. You know the basic facts. Iraq has not complied with its obligation to allow immediate, unimpeded unrestricted and private access to all officials and other persons as required by Resolution 1441. The regime only allows interviews with inspectors in the presence of an Iraqi official, a minder. The official Iraqi organization charged with facilitating inspections announced. Announced publicly and announced ominously that, quote, nobody is ready to leave Iraq to be interviewed. Slide 18. Iraqi Vice President Ramadan accused the inspectors of conducting espionage. A veiled threat that anyone cooperating with you and inspectors was committing treason. Iraq did not meet its obligations under 1441 to provide a comprehensive list of scientists associated. With its weapons of mass destruction programs, Iraq's list was out of date and contained only about 500 names. Despite the fact that UNSCOM had earlier put together a list of about 3,500 names. Let me just tell you what a number of human sources have told us. Saddam Hussein has directly participated in the effort to prevent interviews. In early December, Saddam Hussein had all Iraqi scientists warned of the serious consequences that they and their families would face if they revealed any sensitive information to the inspectors. They were forced to sign documents acknowledging that divulging information is punishable by death. Saddam Hussein also said that scientists should be told not to agree to leave. Iraq. Anyone who agreed to be interviewed outside Iraq would be treated as a spy. This violates 1441. In mid-November, just before the inspectors returned, Iraqi experts were ordered to report to the headquarters of the Special Security Organization to receive counterintelligence training. The training focused on evasion methods, interrogation resistance techniques, and how to mislead inspectors. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not assertions. These are facts, corroborated by many sources. Some of them sources of the intelligence services of other countries.